and welcome to this class about the present perfect or about how to talk about your personal experiences. Yes, if you want to talk about your personal experiences in a natural way, first of all, you have to know the sentences, the vocabulary, okay? You have, in order to cook a nice meal, you have to get the nice ingredients and know how to use them, okay? And the nice ingredients are grammar and the words, and I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you right now, okay? I have already seen snow. I have already seen snow. This can be considered an experience in life, right? Uh, for example, if you live in a Latin American country like me, I live in Brazil. If you live in a Latin American country, it's a country that it never snows. It never snows here. So if you have traveled to another country, such as Chile, or such as the United States, Europe, uh, you have this experience in life, okay? You've ever seen snow, okay? So if you live in a Latin American country or in any country that it never snows, but you've seen snow, you had the chance of traveling, you're gonna say, I have seen snow. I have seen snow because this is an experience in life, all right? However, if you live in Chile, if you live in Argentina, if you live in Canada, if you live in Ukraine, you obviously see snow every time it's winter, right? So in this case, you're not gonna say I've ever seen snow. I've ever seen snow. Okay, you're gonna say I've already seen in snow. Okay, so I've ever, if you consider something an experience in life, okay, but you're gonna say I've already. If this is something ordinary, if this is something common, okay, this is something common, you're gonna say I've already seen snow. All right. Okay, so as I live in a Latin American country, I say I've ever seen snow because this can be considered an experience in life. Okay, all right. I have a question now. Have you already eaten Brazilian typical barbecue? Have you already eaten Brazilian typical barbecue, the churrasco. We call it churrasco. All right. Well, as I am a Brazilian, for me, this is not an experience in life. For me, this is something that you do every time you have the chance. So I use the word already. So I have already seen snow if you live in a place where it snows all the time, or I've already eaten churrasco if you it's something ordinary, if it's something you do uh every single week or every single month. All right. So, Jessica, when I'm going to say I've already versus I've ever, it's going to depend on your cultural background. Okay, you will choose it according to the culture you are. Okay, if you're gonna say I've already or I've seen it. Okay, the speaker is the one who decides it according to the culture. Okay, have you ever seen snow? Have you ever seen snow? Oh yeah, you saw on my thumb, yeah, the thumbnail. This thumbnail of this class, there is a picture of me in New York. So yes, I've already seen snow. Okay, or I've ever seen snow. It depends on how you consider this experience. All right. Daily life activity, ordinary activities, daily life activities. Okay, you're gonna use for she, he, it, has. For I, you, we, they, you're gonna use have. Okay. Has she already driven to another state? Something that is important here, if you're a basic student, if you're seeing this for the first time, something that is essential here is that there are three columns of verbs in every grammar book, okay? The present, the past, and the participle, right? So for to talk about experiences in life, you're gonna use the third column, all right? The third column of verbs, the participle. Hold on 1 minute. Yes, I'm still on the same place, okay, on the same page, right? So, has she already driven another car? Has she driven to another state yet? I'm asking if she has already done it, if she has accomplished that, okay, in her life. So as I consider driving, okay, hold on 1 minute. The fact that I consider driving something ordinary, a daily life activity, I'm gonna say already, okay? But if I consider something an experience in life, I'm gonna say, has she ever dived in the ocean? So, dive, okay, dived is the third column of the verbs, okay? Dived. So, has she ever dived in the ocean? For instance, I've never dived. I've never dived in my whole life, okay? I have already driven to another state. I have already seen snow. I have already eaten barbecue, but I've never dived in the ocean. All right, have you? Very nice. So, in questions, we're gonna use have. Evie, thanks for joining us. There is a link, okay, on my previous stories. You can join us there on YouTube, please. Yeah. So, have you ever traveled abroad? So, when we talk about experiences, okay, personal experiences, we're gonna use have you ever or already, and verbs with ed, all right, or the participle verbs. Okay, if it's regular ed, if they are irregulars, the participle. Have you ever traveled abroad? And you're gonna answer yes, I have. No, I haven't. All right. I have never eaten sushi, for example. Let's imagine, all right? So you can use never, all right? Have never eaten, third column of verbs. Or the negative, you can say I haven't eaten sushi yet. Yet shows that you intend to. In the future, you want to, okay? So yet gives this idea. I haven't eaten sushi yet. It means that soon I want to do it. I want to eat sushi, okay? And in the affirmative, I have already eaten sushi. Okay. Do you have any questions about it? Yeah. Every time I talk about experiences in life, I have or she has, if it okay, he has he has ever driven, he has ever eaten, okay. We have ever or never. All right. Great. Great. Let me just check if you can see my screen, if I'm on the right page with you, because sometimes I change the page unintentionally. Very good. There are more examples here. She has already finished her homework. She has already finished her homework. Common activity? Already. Okay. I can contract. Instead of saying has, I can say she's. Okay. I can say she's. She's already finished her homework. Two pieces of observation here that are very interesting, okay? You're gonna use have or has, and you're gonna use the regular verbs with ed: traveled, finished, watched. Remember, the pronunciation of ed is crucial, is essential for you to have a good English. And I have a class on this channel, okay? It's the class number 14 about the pronunciation of ed. So I encourage you to watch this class. All right. There's another thing that I want to highlight for you here. Um, I can say she has finished her homework, or I can say she's finished her homework, which is much more common on spoken English. But Jessica, but if people tell me she's isn't the verb to be, how can I identify that? Well, by the context. Okay, you're talking about an experience. So if people are talking about experience and there is she's and another verb, and in the context you're talking about experience, obviously it's not the verb to be. Okay, so you have to pay attention at the context. All right, good. And the last sentence, she hasn't finished her homework. So affirmative, she has finished. She's finished. And negative, she hasn't finished. All right. So I use have, has, and the participle verbs, the third column of verbs. If you wanna have all the verbs, okay, all the verbs in the participle that are more common that I've selected, and my pronunciation, I can send it to you, okay? You can get in touch with me on my DM on WhatsApp. You can send an email, or you can talk to me on the WhatsApp and I can send it to you. All right. So that you can practice the pronunciation and get acquainted with the most common verbs, which I've selected. Good. Guys, have you already subscribed to my channel? Have you already subscribed to my channel? Have you already dropped a like to my channel? Tell me, I want to know about it, all right? I'm here today happily sharing, giving you a gift. The best gift somebody can give you is their time. The best gift somebody can give you is their time, okay? And I'm here happily giving you my time and sharing my knowledge with you. So please subscribe to my channel, drop a like to this video, okay? Drop a like because this is going to help my work. All right, I'm giving you something very special for you now, which is a part of my knowledge, a portion of my knowledge and time. And you can give me this like, you can drop this like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, be grateful, do so. And by doing so, you will help other people who are interested in learning English the same way you are interested. Okay, you're gonna help them because YouTube is going to send this video to them. All right, so let me wait. Please, have you already subscribed to my channel right now? Okay, thank you. Now, please like it, give it a like. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, let's move on. Okay, let's practice it right now. How can I ask about this guy here? If you're telling me that, you can ask, has he already served? Or if you want to talk to me, oh, Jessica, have you already served? You're right. Have you already served? You're right. Or if you think that surfing is an experience in life, you can say, oh, have you ever served? Have you ever served? Okay, snowboarding. This is the name of the sport. Is snowboarding. So how can I ask the question about them? Have they already snowboarded? Have they already snowboarded? Or if you consider this such an experience in life, have they ever snowboarded? Or if you want to talk to me, you can say, "Oh, Jessica, have you ever snowboarded?" Please, guys, write in the comments. Have you already or have you ever snowboarded? I haven't. Not yet, because I want in the future. I want to do it in the future. Okay. Okay. There are some. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting picture. Has she already ridden a bike? Has she already ridden a bike? Okay, for me, this is such a common activity, so I'm gonna use already. But if I can say, has she ever driven an electric bike? Yeah, it can be an experience depending on the place where you live, right? Good. Have you already played tennis? Have you already played tennis? What about he? Has he already played tennis? Okay, then there are some questions, and I'd love to see your answers to these questions, okay? So you can read the question, okay? You can pause the video, you can write on YouTube your answer, you can write a sentence and I will correct it for you. All right, so write a sentence on the comment and I'll be glad to answer you, to correct and to check if it's right. Okay, so all those questions, they are about you. I'm curious to know about you. So, has he ever fixed a computer? What about you? Have you ever fixed a computer? Has she already played? Yeah, it's connected. Everything was typed together. Never mind, but you understand it. That's the most important. So, has she already played chess? What about you? Have you already played chess? Has she already added a video? What about you? Have you already added a video? Oh yeah, now there will be some questions, some pictures, I mean, and I want you to come up with the questions about experiences in life and the answers, and then you can type it and I'll correct it to you, okay? On the comments. All right. Those are the pictures. Here they are. Let me just check if I'm sharing the right. Yes, I am. Question about experiences in life. Using this one. Using this picture. Using this picture. What about using this picture? And this one. And this one. I'd love to know it, okay? By the way, if you're my student, if you're my student or teachers Camila student, you will receive after watching this class, you will receive a list of very interesting websites, okay, for you to practice it naturally. All right, for you to practice it naturally by reading it and answer your questions. All right, so if you are my student and you're watching this class right now, tell me, "Hi, teacher Jessica. Hi, teacher Camila. Send me the list. I'm waiting." And I will send it for you. Okay, my dear students. Yeah. Wonderful. If you want to talk about experiences in life, naturally, if you want to use the present perfect, which this is the name of this topic, this grammatical topic, naturally, you're supposed to get to know the verbs, get to know the sentences, when you will use them. And you did it right now with me. I showed you how to use it, okay? You can use I have, she has, I haven't, she hasn't. In questions, have you, has she, the third column of verbs, all right, that I will send it to you if you are interested, if you're getting in touch. Yeah, you have to know this grammar point. All right. Now we're gonna go to the second part. We're gonna go to the part where you can distinguish between when you're gonna use the past and when you're gonna use the present perfect. All right, great. So, all right, this is my dog. Okay, take a look at what he did. Yeah, I traveled with my husband last week. I spent 5 days in the country. And when I got home, this is what my dog did. Yeah, he messed up with everything. My dog messed up with everything. All right, as you can see in this picture. Good. If you pay attention, I told you a story. I traveled with my husband for 5 days. When I got back home, my dog was there. He had messed up. He messed up with everything. Ramiene Litayani. Tayani. Thanks for joining us, please. In my previous story, there is a link. Click there and please come to YouTube, all right? Because on YouTube, I'm sharing a screen, all right? Yeah, so I told you a story to talk about my dog. So I said everything in the past. I traveled last week. I was out of home for 5 days. So it's a story in the past. Okay. Uh, but if I don't want to tell you a story, imagine that I just got back home. I opened the dog and I saw my dog like this. What have you done? Billy, the name of the dog. Billy, what have you done? That's my question to my dog. What have you done? All right. This question, what have you done, was not in the past. What have you done? It's present perfect. It's not in the past. But why did I say, Billy, what have you done? Because I'm not talking about a story in the past. Okay, so every time that I want to focus on the action or the feelings, I'm gonna use the present perfect. While every time I tell a story in the past, I'm gonna use the simple past. Shall we see extra examples? Shall we see extra examples? I've prepared extra examples to you. I went to London in 2022. When did I go to London? In 2022. So that means this is a story. I have a date. It started and it's finished, right? So I'm gonna use went, past. Now the opposite. I've been to London. I've been to London. When? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, the focus here is not the date. When? I'm not telling a story in the past. Okay, the focus here is the experience. So every time I'm gonna tell an experience, I'm gonna say, I've been to London. All right. Guys, if you are guys, you're here on Instagram, please on the link on my previous stories, okay, click there on the link and come to YouTube because on YouTube I'm sharing screen. Nice. Another example. She lost her keys yesterday. When did she lose her keys? When? Yesterday. At the moment that I tell you when something happened, yesterday, 2 days ago, it's the simple past. Okay? While if I tell you she has lost her keys, she has lost her keys. When did she lose her keys? I don't know. I'm not telling you a story. I'm just focusing on the action. Uh, she has lost the keys. That's the point. She's looking for the keys. She's nervous because of that. Because she has lost the keys. It's not a story. You're just telling, you're focusing on the feeling, you're focusing on the action. That's the point. All right. Oh, yeah, there are extra questions here. Sentences, I mean. We saw that movie last night. We saw the movie last night. When did it happen? Last night. I'm telling you a story in the past, right? If I tell you we've seen that movie, we've seen that movie. Oh, Spider Man? You're watching Spider Man? Seen the movie. It's so nice. When did I see that movie? I don't know. When I say I've seen that movie, I'm focusing on the experience. All right, so present perfect. Present perfect again. Did you finish your homework? Did you finish your homework yesterday? Yesterday? I told you when. When I tell you when I give you a date, this is simple past, okay? Have you finished your homework yet? Have you finished your homework yet? I'm not emphasizing a date. I'm emphasizing the action. Okay. All right, guys. So this is the explanation about when to use the present perfect or in the simple past. Okay. Uh, I have a specific course on how to use grammar in a natural way, okay? By speaking, watching to movies, listening, and interacting with other students. This is a very nice course called Path to Fluence and confident, okay, fluent and confident course. So if you're interested in enrolling in those courses, you can scan this QR code, okay? You can go to my Instagram, and on Instagram, you have our WhatsApp, you can DM us, you have our website with all the information about prices and future groups. It would be a pleasure to have you in one of our courses. All right, because now I've just explained to you the grammar and I tried to interact with you. It's not the same way as in a class with other students, right? It's much more exciting and interesting when you have the other students and me looking at you looking at me and the other students. All right. And we can rehearse the real life in a very natural and exciting way. I would love to have you as my students. So please get in touch with us on our website. What's up? All right. And enroll in our future courses. We will have a future course in September. Okay. And our waiting list for next year. Thanks a lot for being with me, okay, in this wonderful class. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye. See you then.